Hi there, welcome back to Happy at Home. My name is Robin and today I'll be taking you outside into my backyard while I work on a few garden chores. So the past couple years I have been working on revamping my garden space. I love the layout of the garden itself. It pretty much wraps all the way around my backyard, which is pretty good size. But I have found out through trial and error different plants work better than others. Some need a lot of maintenance like deadheading and that sort of thing. And for me right now, the time that I have to put into my garden is not as much as I would like. So I'm trying to slowly revamp my garden space so that it is more low maintenance and a lot easier to handle because it is such a large garden. So I have been removing plants that are very high maintenance and need like a lot of deadheading, or plants that don't really work very well where I have them. I've moved a few things around and now I'm to the point where I can plant the new shrubs that I have purchased. So of course I thought I should share this with all of you in case any of you are looking for a little bit of gardening inspiration. So let's go ahead and take you outside and I'll show you what I've been up to. Alright, so we are out in the garden and it's getting hot out here fast. So I brought all my plants down that I need to get replanted. I brought a shovel down and some fertilizer also. So I'll show you what I have to plant. Alright, so the first thing I have is two of these boxwoods. They are called Chicagoland green boxwoods. They're for sun to part shade and they get about 2 to 4 inches or 2 to 4 feet tall and wide. And then I have this little boxwood here, which is just an itty bitty baby one, and I can't remember what that one's called. I have the tag over here. The tag on that one is called, it's a wintergreen boxwood, which I think I have these in the front yard also. These are also for sun, and they get 3 to 4 inches, or 3 to 4 feet tall and wide. So that is called the wintergreen. And then I have two of these plants here, which are an evergreen, and they are called, what do they call it? It's an evervite, if you can see that there. And these I think only get, yeah, they'll get about 2 feet. 2 feet wide and tall. And they have a nice mounding shape to them, which I've never tried these before, so I'm excited to see how I like these. Because I love the evervite pines to begin with, so I'm hoping that I will like these. And then over here, I have two hydrangeas. I have this one right here, which is a real big one, and then a smaller one over here, which this one is looking stressed. I forgot to water it. It got a little too watery. And this one is called a pea hydrangea. And these are for full sun, and they get 8 to 10 inches. I keep saying inches. 8 to 10 feet tall. And then this one over here on the other side is called, what is it called? Phantom hydrangea. This is also for full sun, and this one gets about 10 feet tall if you let it. So both hydrangeas have white flowers that turn to pink in the fall. And I was really trying to find limelight hydrangea because I have a limelight over there, and I have 2 over there, and I have 1 over there. So I wanted them all to kind of match, but I could not find them anywhere in my area this year, so I don't know. I guess people are over the limelight ones. So I'm going to use these instead because they still get the white flowers on them. So now I just need to figure out where I want to put all my plants. But before I do that, I need to remove this plant because it's not doing very well. And I also want to remove this one. This I'm getting rid of. This is a yarrow. I think I'm going to keep it, but I'm going to cut it up into 2 different clumps. And I'll put one up over there, and then I'll put one over here in this little new bed that I'm going to be having. I also need to dig out that thing right there, which is a huge project, but I may wait for another day for that and just plant, because this is a hydrangea too, but this is like one of those weird ones that just kind of get the little flowers. They don't have the cone shape that I like. Oop, there's a tree growing down here. I gotta get this out of here. There we go. So this one won't get very tall, I don't think, and I don't really like it very much, but once again, the flowers are white and it's kind of nice to have that. So what I think I'm going to do is worry about this another day, plant a hydrangea here and then over here. So yeah, I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do yet. So I'm going to go ahead and figure out where I'm going to plant everything. Alright, so I did not get as far as I had wanted to today. I am losing daylight at the moment. I have all but one of the new plants planted, so let me quickly just show you where I'm at. Here is the yarrow over here that needs to be taken out, and it's really not looking very good. I don't know what is going on with that. It's kind of getting like brown tips on it. I'm not sure. It's probably getting burned up. But anyways, so I need to take this out, and then here's the last boxwood that I need to plant. So that will go in this spot right in here, and that I'm going to cut up into a couple different pieces. So that's tomorrow's first project. Second project is digging out this plant right here that's died off. I can't remember what it was called. I want to say it's like a false sunflower. That thing was ginormous. It got taller than my fence, and although it was pretty, it was really floppy, and it like came down over my daylilies, so I didn't really like it. So I'm kind of glad that it's dying out, so I can take that out. And then I have a little bit of extra dirt left in these buckets here. Hopefully that'll be enough to fill in that hole once I get done with that tomorrow. So that is step 2 tomorrow. And then step 3 is to put a little bit of mulch around all the plants that I have already planted. And then once I get those 3 steps done tomorrow, this section of my garden will be pretty much done. Oh, step 4. Just saw it again. See back where I got that arbor thing? That is all weeds. Those tall weeds right there. So step 4 is to weed that little area right in there. And I may move that garden ornament in between these 2 hydrangeas just to give some height in here, because this side of the garden already has height. I've had this hydrangea plant for probably 5-6 years, and this is year 3, I think. So these ones have a little bit of catching up to do. So if I put that garden ornament over here, I think it'll give it a nice height, because this side of the garden doesn't have a whole lot of height. So that'll be a good makeshift solution for now. So that is what I need to get done. 4 steps tomorrow, and then I will be done with this part of the garden, and I can move on to that area over there. I think I might do tomorrow also. So 4 steps tomorrow, and then this garden will be looking good, and I can move on to other outdoor projects. So I will see you again tomorrow. Bye. Alright, it is day 2 in the garden. I'm going to start with transplanting the yarrow real quickly and get that last plant planted right here. So I'm going to remove the yarrow and then plant this plant. And then we'll see how far we can get for the day. Fun, fun. Alright, so I have everything planted and now it is time for mulch. So I've got my big pile of mulch. I only have 4 bags of mulch. I think that should be okay to put a top dressing on all of this. And then I will work on that area over there. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. Alright, so I have finished everything that I wanted to get done today. Everything's planted, everything's mulched, and the backyard garden is looking really good compared to 3 days ago when it was an overgrown, weedy mess. So let me just give you a quick little overview and then I'll go into the details of what I have done. So starting at the playhouse here, we weeded this whole section and we put in new plants, and then we finished putting in the mulch today all the way around here, up this area over here, and all the way up. I stopped mulching about at this tree right here. So it's all looking very, very good. So I'll give you a little, let's go over here to start with. Here's those 2 plants that I transplanted. I still cannot remember what the name is on these. I still don't know. I need to look it up. But anyways, so those 2 are good. They seem to be transplanting well. And then this is a limelight hydrangea. It looks like I still need to do a little bit of pruning on that I didn't do last year. So I basically put down landscape fabric and then mulched this whole area. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do at this point with those bare spots in here. I may just get like some decorative rocks to put in there because I really don't want to add any more hostas because I have quite a few already. And some of these trees need to be pruned back a little bit. So I'm thinking that this area is turned out real nice. Yeah, so I like this area. And then here's a little walkway that needs to be, that's like the next project. I'm going to take out the grass in here. There's some sod clumps that I still need to deal with. I'm going to take out this section of grass, and then this will be pea gravel leading into the garden area, which is already pea gravelled. So that's another project for another day. And then here is this little area that I planted up. This plant here is a yarrow, which I transplanted. And then this one, I was going to throw it away, but then at the very end I stuck it in. I want to say this is an obedient plant or something like that. So I'm going to see how that goes. This section back in here eventually will be, for next year anyways, I will plant zinnias in this area. So I wanted this area to be clear for right now. And then here's this boxwood that I planted yesterday. So this whole bed is looking real nice. It's a little sparse right now, but that's alright. Give it time, it'll fill in. And then we'll move on over here. This whole bed I gave another coat of mulch, this whole area here. And then of course landscape fabric. Here's the other boxwood we planted. And then the 2 evervites, the hydrangea. There's a Shelby girl back there. Hey Shelby! She says I can't talk right now. And there's the other hydrangea. And then I put in this garden, I don't know what you call this, a bisque or something? I don't know what you call it. But anyways, I put in this here. It was originally over there. But I thought because the 2 hydrangeas are pretty small right now. This would give it a little bit of height right here and a little decorative element. And then I continued the mulch all the way through. This section back here, I just finished weeding. I ran out of mulch, so I need like 2 more bags of mulch for back there. But that's for another day. And then just to add a little bit of decorative things, I added these rocks. I pick up rocks when we go on kayaking trips, when we go along the river and we stop. The places we stop always have a lot of rocks, so I normally pick up a rock or 2 a year. And then I have this one here, and it just gives it a little bit of something to look at because the plants are so small right now. So I'm liking the wide open space of the garden right now. I know some people like a much more dense grouping of plants, but I think once these plants grow mature a little more, give it a year or 2, it'll fill in. So for now, I'm going to leave it this way for this year. I may end up putting like some pots in with some annuals in it or something, just put them in randomly. Like, I'm thinking like a pot right over here with some annuals would be nice, but I'm not sure if I'm going to do that this year. I have a lot of other projects I want to do, but I'm really liking how this whole thing turned out, and I think it looks gorgeous. I also do need to deal with something for this little area. The ladies' mantle little hedge area is looking pretty. See that? They're about ready to bloom, and I love it when they bloom because they're just like this gorgeous lime green color. So yeah, that's pretty exciting. But I need to come up with something for this planter. Normally I put like petunias in it or something, but I was thinking it would be really cool to have like some sort of thing like that in the pot, or like a sphere or something. So I'll be working on that. I'll figure something out for that. But yeah, so there we go. 2 days worth of work, and the yard is looking pretty good. There you go. There's an overview. Alright, so that is the new garden space that is looking oh so spiffy at the moment. I'm very happy that it is done, and I like the way it looks, so that is great. Now it's on to other outdoor projects that I need to get started on. So thanks so very much for watching. If you have any questions on what I have done, make sure you leave a comment and I will for sure answer your questions for you. So I guess that's it for today. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye now.